Red skies morning, sailor take warning. 110 acres left to go. Let's get it done before that prophecy comes true. All right, our final day of harvest is not going according as planned. We got moved over here to Smith family, and Andy heard a shrieking coming from the rear of the engine, and our pulley bearing went out in it. That sucker was blazing hot whenever we found it. So anyway, hour round trip to go get another one. It's 12:30, and we still got 110 acres to go. So we gotta play some catch up. Well, since you're the skinny one, you wanna climb back in there and put it in?
Oh yeah, that's my favorite spot. Turbo cool down.
It goes, it's a tensioner pulley that goes on my belt that drives the rotary screen. So I didn't have confidence it'd make another 110 acres. And it's right there in the spot that if it goes out, throws sparks and stuff right there where the engine fan is. It blows those sparks right down there on the side of the combine, and then we got a combine fire. Not only that, it can take out the belt and everything else. So it's a real easy pulley to replace if you can squeeze down in that little spot that Andy's in. So I'll be back up and running here in a minute. Well, she sure sounds a lot better.
It looks a lot better up there too. Wearing the paint off.
All right, we gotta make up for some lost time. Luckily, we got a pretty good wind blowing today. Sun's out. We got mainly big fields, so we should be able to make some record time on this. Still gonna be a pretty tall order to get 110 acres done before either it gets too wet or the rains arrived. I don't really know what time the rains are supposed to get here. It's sometime overnight, I think, but there always might be rain showers out in front of the main line that get here. So we're gonna keep this hydro handle shoved as far forward as we can and not choke the combine up. And first thing, get a spot cut out for Kelly. She's bringing the semi truck over. I tell you what, I feel a whole lot more comfortable now that pulley's replaced. When I was blowing off combine last night, I heard a little bit of squeaking coming up from up there, but I really just didn't pay it much attention. And then we cut two little patches over on Tom Edwards and moved over here, and by the time we got over here, it turned into a full-blown squall. Oh well, not really surprising. We're at that point of the year where everything is it's held together by spit, duct tape, and baling wire. We're just trying to get to the finish line, and then we'll deal with all the problems this winter. Hopefully that's the only thing that go wrong today. So we can't, there's no way we can go through another breakdown and still get done today. Luckily, that was about as easy as of a fix as you're going to get on a combine. Easily accessible, take one bolt off, replace it, ready to go. Dang it. God bless. Boy, I made quick work of these beans at this pace. I mean, they are cutting good today. They cutting the way wheat beans are supposed to. In fact, I mean, my combine's got more capacity than what my header does right now. I've choked my front feeder drum up probably 5 times so far, just trying to stuff more into this combine, but that front feeder drum just won't take it. I don't know if maybe my slip clutch on that drum's getting weak or what, but heck, I probably run 5.5 to 6 miles an hour easily. And these beans are yielding good too. After this year, I really wasn't expecting a whole lot out of them, but dadgum, there goes that drum again. Hope that drum makes it the rest of the day today. But yeah, these beans are yielding good. I mean, they're 55, 60 bushels in a lot of the places. There are some thin spots where they're a little less, but overall, they're probably my second best farm so far. I guess I'm just going to have to pull back on the hydro handle today. Alright, let's try this again. It finally got bad enough. I had enough. I went over to the service truck and started looking, and come to find out it's not a slip clutch problem. The chain that drives the feeder drum, the nut had worked off the idler sprocket, so there was no tension on the chain, so the chain was slipping on the sprocket, which ironically sounds just like a slip clutch. Luckily I had a bolt the same size and nut there in the truck, so another easy quick fix. Oh yeah, she's taking her in there now. Let's bump this speed on up a little bit more. Here it is, day 4. and beans dried out a lot. They're still not down to that 13% moisture that we need. You know, we was hauling these to the river or to any granary. I don't know what the dock would be, but it'd be pretty steep. You know, I'm sure they probably take them, but you're going to give away quite a few bushels on every load you haul. I mean, that just continues to be proof that you get to this time of the year, if you've got an opportunity to get your crop out, get it out. And because we had grain bins in storage and we can dry them down in bins, you know, we had that opportunity. You know, for those farmers out there that don't have storage, you know, having storage pays. I know it's expensive. I know it's a pain in the butt, but it pays. And in some years, it pays a whole lot more than it does other years. And this year, I can't imagine what kind of shape we would be in if I was having to haul all these beans to the granary. I can guarantee you we wouldn't be, you know, 65 acres away from being done. All right, I want to show y'all something interesting. If you remember back to our wheat harvest videos there towards the end, we were on this farm and we're trying to cut wheat seed, and there was a storm system running in, and we were trying to get as much done as we could before the storm system come in. And anyway, ultimately, you know, we got rained out, but Kelly got part of this farm planted, some over here, and then she planted a pretty big strip over here right before the rain. And I'm going to show you the effects of what happens sometimes when you try to beat a rain. Now, all these beans right here were planted after the rain, after it dried back up, and I mean, they're doing mighty fine. But then look right here, we crossed over, she planted this strip right before the rain and got a really poor stand. I guess the rain just kind of beat them in the ground, whatever. And anyway, we got a really poor stand right here. And let's wait for the yield monitor to catch up. Look at that yield just dropping down. Yeah, so we're talking about at least a 20 bushel, if not more, decrease in yield. And that's something I struggle with. Anytime we got a storm system coming in and planting I got to get it planted before the rain. I got to get it planted before the rain, whereas sometimes it can be very detrimental to plant right in front of the storm system, right in front of the rain. And this wasn't a cold rain like we normally face early in the season, you know, when we're trying to plant, you know, corn or our full season beans, or potentially even cotton, that would even be even more detrimental. You know, this is a warm rain. This was in late June. You know, it wasn't the temperature that we're having to worry about, you know, cooling off the soil and everything else that we have to worry about in April and May. So for those of y'all that are farmers, I mean, I'm sure you've seen it in your own fields, but hey, that's proof on our farm that if you got inclement conditions coming in shortly after planting, more times than not, it's going to wind up hurting you, and you're better off just parking the planter and waiting for the sun to shine and planting then. And when we turn around the other way, I'll show you what the cut part of the field looks like. It's pretty obvious. Can you see where that strip is now, where that she planted? And look at all that green. I mean, a nice strip that's 76 feet wide from 2 planter passes right there. And no, that's not cover crop that you're looking at right there. That right there is volunteer wheat seed that that germinated after our post-emerge application, and because the stand of soybeans was so thin, allowed all that sunshine to get down to that wheat seed, and the wheat was able to flourish. Whereas right here, where we got a good stand, you know, the soybeans outcompeted the wheat and blocked all the sunlight from them. And what little green we got out here is the cover crop. By the way, that's a cover crop that we had seeded by the drone, and it's definitely not as far along as the other fields, because, well, we didn't get a rain for like a month after the cover crop was seeded, and it's only recently germinated. But it looks like it's going to be a pretty dang good stand of cover crop once it gets time to grow a little bit. The funny thing is, with all that storm system coming in, Kelly parked the planter. And I got on the radio and I told her, no, keep planting, keep planting, keep planting. So if I'd listened to my wife, she'd made me a few more bushels.
Well, we are on the last farm for beans and for the season. It's a beautiful day. It's gonna be a good sunset. Yeah, we're trucking along. A little hiccup here and there, but I'm just ready to be done. And then we'll do it all over again next year, right? It is super windy and warm, and it's really pretty. It's gonna be wonderful tonight. Look at that. It's probably gonna be pink and orange. Pissing off the whole neighborhood. Sunsets this time of year are really pretty. If you can get the clouds just right, it turns orange and then pink. But the last couple of weeks, we've, man, ever since we finished cotton, it's been rough. I left the day after we finished cotton to go to Missouri for Kayla and Jason for Keaton surgery. He started chemo treatments last week. He will have 6 weeks of them. 6 rounds, but it will last up until probably March. So my goal is to get kind of caught up around here and go back and be with her for a weekend during one of those treatments. Kind of give her some support. This is really hard. But yeah, we're gonna get done, and things might get a little easier. I say that, but it's, you know, 2024 has definitely been a massive challenge, and it's just been an absolute crap show personally, watching everything happen with all this election stuff, and then personally being involved with politics earlier in the year. So just praying that things go better. So that's all the update you got from me. I'm gonna go follow that combine around, and maybe we'll get a really pretty sunset today to make things just a little bit nicer. I don't know how my beans are yielding since, you know, I plant all the double crop beans, but these look a lot better than the ones we have been harvesting. I'm just gonna go around in circles. You think he's ready, and then he's not ready, so I is the story of my life. We had a lot of the double crop beans do like anywhere from 20 bushels an acre to, I think the average is between like 33 and 38, which is bad. Normally we're averaging like 45 to 50. So with cotton not doing great, corn and soybeans, 3 out of 4 suck this year. So, and then we still don't know what prices are gonna be. You just roll with the punches and be blessed that we do have a crop, but still it sucks. And
all right guys, I got a serious question for you. Does red sky at night, sailor's delight trump the red sky in the morning, sailors take warning? Because today we've had both. We had a red sky at sunrise and we got a red sky at sunset. So which adage proves correct? Which one trumps the other? According to our weatherman, the red sky in the morning, sailor takes warning, takes precedent. Because we're supposed to have a nasty squall line coming in. And looking right here, it's a thin but a pretty nasty squall line, and it's right there, right around Little Rock, getting closer. So yesterday we had to cover 110 acres to be able to have 110 acres left to do today, and we wound up doing it yesterday. Well, at this point in the day, yesterday we had covered 50 acres. Today, about the same time, we have covered 59 acres, and that's with us having to stop twice to fix the combine and the header. So we're making excellent time today. Of course, having nice, big, relatively smooth, flat fields has definitely sped us up. So I think last night Kelly and I shut down about 9:30 or so. So we're definitely on pace to get done before 9:30 tonight. And we got a lot stiffer wind blowing today too, and with this storm system approaching, it should keep on into the night also, which will allow us to keep up our ground speed and not have to slow down like we did last night. And then not only last night, we also had to change farms, whereas, you know, we're on our last farm right now, so we don't have to do that. So I got a target of, I hope we get done at around 8:30. We'll see if we make it or not. Alright, we just got moved over here to the back side of the farm. I think it's like between 35 and 40 acres here. Most of it's in one nice big field, so that wind's still whipping pretty good. We ought to be done in no time. Alright, over here on this side we got a total of 4 fields with 90% of the acreage being a nice big bottom. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these crappy
like 3,000 pounds, that's it.
Okay.
I'm just gonna park it here and I'm gonna take him back to the truck.
So I'm gonna go ahead and get these just crappy hills and stuff, small fields, get them knocked out. That way we can finish on a high note this year. Or Lord knows, after this harvest, we need to end on a good note. Yeah, there ain't much at all here right next to the tree line. Not much at all. 10 bushels an acre. Between the deer and the drought, there ain't much here. Oh well, next pass around ought to be pretty good. I think I done got a horse's mentality right now. You know, I always say the closer a horse gets to home, the quicker it goes. That finish line is right over there. I'm giving this combine all she's got tonight. Alright, we finally made it to the big bottom, but the way this wind's blowing, the way I'm traveling, it's blowing all the dust from behind me and front, and having a hard time telling where I'm going. Once I get these end rows done, I can put her on auto steer. It'll be a lot better, but man, that wind is whooping out there. Look at them soybean stalks are wiggling. It's really making it hard to see if I'm pushing up any piles there on the cutter bar, but fortunately with the wind blowing, it's still good and dry and don't have much risk of pushing up a big pile, but it can still happen. Wonder how close that storm front's getting. Looks like it's approaching Memphis there, so still a few hours away. There'll be plenty of time to get this done. I don't feel comfortable dumping on the go the way this wind's blowing, so we'll just dump right here. Hope Andy gets back in time. The way these beans yield, we're filling up the cart mighty quick, and he got a pretty long trek back to the grain bin. And he just got back in the nick of time, because I'm about to fill the grain buggy up, plus yep, just filled up. It's almost like trying to cut beans in a hurricane here. I bet we got 30-mile-an-hour wind gust out here. This is all we like though. This part right here, and then got a little bit up there. Look how green it is down here in this bottom. We got some high yields down here. It's right at 8 o'clock. Don't think I'm gonna make my goal, but we ain't gonna be too far behind. So I saw a big flash of light in the sky there through all that dust, and looked at my radar. That stuff is pushing out in front of the line. I mean, it's right there close to us. Let me put it in motion and see which direction it's heading. I think it's moving up to the northeast. Yeah, it's moving up to the northeast. Hopefully it'll be okay, but anything coming from down here is what we need to be concerned with. We're getting closer. We still got a few more acres to go. If we get rained out with like 2 acres left, I cannot tell you how pissed off I'm going to be. I just saw a bolt of lightning light up the sky up here to our north. You're a little too far away, Eddie. I couldn't hardly. I didn't hear you, but if you could hear me, better put that pedal to the metal, man. We almost there.
Storms are going northeast, so it's going to miss us for the next like hour.
Yeah, but there's stuff to the southwest that's building, and it's moving pretty quickly.
Okay, you don't have much left.
I probably still got about 7 or 8 acres left, probably solid 45 minutes. Why is it that we can't have a nice, easy end of harvest with no drama? Ever since I've been doing YouTube, heck, ever since we was on the TV show on the History Channel, it seemed like every harvest we've been trying to beat the weather, or I mean something. We've been up against the gun. It's never just been a, oh hey, there's the last pass, we're done, and you know, like the middle of the day and then go home. It's always, you know, we got a storm system bearing in on us from right there. Hey, it's 4:30 a.m. and we get done.
These deer are just running in the beans.
They sure are. Well, those deer are going to have plenty to eat if I get rained out with 2 acres left. All right, one year I would like just a nice, easy, undramatic end of harvest. I'm sure y'all, the viewers, would not enjoy it as much, but I sure would. All right, we pretty much got the buggy full. Come on, Andy, where are you? Where are you? All right, look at that wind now. We're up to a category 3 now. Hey, Andy, is that you parked up there? All right, let's go ahead and haul what Kelly's going to give you. I mean, you're going to have to come back for another load anyway. But this way, maybe unless you got to unload and can get on back here.
Okay. What I was saying, I was by Stonecipher, and the lightning was popping off left and right. So it's getting closer and closer by the minute.
In other news, we finally got some dry beans. It only took 4 days of drying. We finally got them where they're supposed to be. With like 6 acres left. All right, we just got done. Well, this end of the bottom, all we got left is this little bit up there, and we'll be done. Let's check radar and see where the rain is. There's a couple little specks right there, real close to us, maybe some sprinkles. rest of us not going to be too far behind, but as long as those sprinkles don't turn into more, we shouldn't have no problem getting the last, maybe 2 acres done.
Woo! It's windy. I think that over there is our last couple of acres. I hope. This wind is no joke. It is making the tractor move. I can't even see it, like where, well, look over, he's maybe got like 5-6 passes left. We're almost done. And got a lot of washing to do. Look at this. Mud everywhere. But hopefully we can just be done. I'm excited.
All right, folks, here we go. My gosh, we're gonna make it. I can't believe it. And there's sprinkles falling. Man, when I set this goal 4 days ago, I knew it was going to be a long shot, but I knew we could do it if we put our minds to it, and everything went with us, and for the most part it did. So here it is, last pass of 2024. I'm so ready to put this year behind me. There it goes. That's all she wrote. I know Kelly's screaming on the inside. She knows I got that camera rolling, so that's why she ain't saying nothing. Guys, I can't express just the load that just came off of my shoulders for something that started way back in April and been on pretty much pins and needles for the last 8 months or so. It's finally done. The pressure of growing another crop is done. And it ain't something you really realize that all at one point. It's just something just constantly builds on you all year long. Just all the stresses, all the decisions, all the, you know, dealing with the unknowns, the random things that happen and all that. It's a cumulative effect all year long on you. And now it's finally done. I can get out of that mindset of it's got to be done today. You know, now I can start going home at night, and if I didn't quite meet what I wanted to get done for the day, no big deal. It'll be there next day, and it's not going to be the end. And it's not going to be the end of the world. When you got crops in the field, you know, you can't really quite have that mindset. Not if you want to be as successful as you can be, but in the off season you can. All right, hopefully Andy be coming up here real quickly. I'm gonna get the header unhooked, put on the trailer, and then we'll get the combine moved in. Probably leave the grain buggy, come get it tomorrow. Now Andy couldn't have timed it no better. Oh my gosh, we did it.
I felt like this was deja vu. That's what I was telling Kelly.
Yeah.
And it's tied up just right before a storm.
Well, we'll just leave the grain buggy out here and come back and get it another time. So, yeah, you and Kelly play rock, paper, scissors on who drives the semi and who hauls the header home.
All right, I can do that. I'm a good rock, paper, scissors champion.
I'm gonna drop the header and get the combine heading home.
Alright, well there's a couple raindrops at the shop right now, so we barely missed it.
Yeah, we missed it by the skin of our teeth. One of these days we'll have a drama-free end of harvest.
Hey.
Alright, let the procession move out so they can go ahead and get back there and get that load dumped while I ease my combine on in and get it under shed before it gets wet. I don't think I'll mess with blowing off the combine tonight. I'm pretty sure it can wait till probably tomorrow afternoon, because I do believe I will be sleeping in the morning. Well, it's 9:30 at night, a little later than what I thought, but hopefully that means there'll be just not that much traffic on the road, because we got about an 8-mile drive. Well guys, I appreciate y'all sticking around with us this year. It's been a long, difficult year. I don't know if it's been the most difficult year I had, but it sure seemed like it. And it didn't wind up turning out the way I hoped back when we started this back in April, but you know, it's what the good Lord gave us. We did well enough. We'll be back kicking again next year, ready to do it all over again, and just hope we get a little bit better results. I know there's a lot of things that we learned this year. We're going to try and implement them next year. But again, to all the viewers out there, I can't thank you enough for all the support that you give us, for following us. We hit a huge milestone with our channel this year. We went over 30,000 subscribers back earlier in the fall. Huge milestone. It's a milestone that I just didn't think was possible for us or our channel or anything like that. And I'm just absolutely blown away that 30,000 people have found our channel and what we do interesting enough to give us a subscribe. You know, it truly humbles me. But anyway guys, I don't really know what's going to be coming up next. I know these videos will probably take us at least until the end of December, if not the first part of January, and I don't know, I might take a short break from YouTube. I know in years past the videos, come on dude. Dadgummit, man, I'm pulled over, come on. I know in years past, you know, once the Christmas holiday is over, our advertising revenue that we get off of our channel drops by like 70%, and you know, so I don't know. I've been contemplating maybe the month of January, while the advertisers aren't hardly paying anything, you know, just kind of taking a breath and, you know, just kind of taking a break, catching my breath, and getting rejuvenated for the coming up year. So I don't know, if we got some interesting stuff, I'll probably put it out, but I'm not just going to put out videos just for the sake of having videos. But anyway guys, thanks so much. Appreciate y'all watching. We'll see you in the next one. Our Father in heaven, you've brought us to the end of another year. While we didn't have the yields or prices that we were striving for, we're thankful that you guided us through all the many difficulties that we faced. We will be better in future years for having successfully navigated this season with your blessings. Please give us rest, watch over us this winter, and give us the wisdom to make the right decisions going into 2025, as we've got a very difficult agricultural economy that we've got to try and make a profit in. Thank you for your very many blessings and giving us the opportunity to take care of this small piece of the planet that you've provided for us. Please continue to help us to find ways to be better stewards of the land. For I pray these things in Christ's name, amen.